Nobody will never know the secret. They will not know and they will never know.
In Anisha, if you mentioned frozen chicken, only one name came to mind. Samuel Obi, 38 years old. Calm voice. Clean beard. Always smiling. People didn't call him Samuel. They called him Big Chicken, because his frozen chickens were unnaturally big. Every morning before sunrise, Samuel's shop was already open. Chest freezer humming. Ice mist escaping into the air. Rows of frozen chickens stacked neatly. Thick thighs, wide breasts, heavy bodies. Women gathered early. Restaurant owners came in buses. Event planners placed bulk orders without inspection. Give me 20, make it 50, no need to check. Now Samuel chicken, nobody checked the size. Nobody asked questions. Because Samuel's chicken never failed. What nobody knew was simple. Samuel never waited for chickens to grow. If a chicken was born today, tomorrow was already late for him. Small, thin, weak, it didn't matter. As long as it was alive for a moment, Samuel would kill it. Behind his shop, hidden from the main road, was a narrow room. No signboard, no light, just a table, syringes, bowls, and sealed chemical bottles with no labels. That was where the miracle happened. Samuel carried a small slaughtered chicken in his hand. Its body was light, bony, useless in the market. He placed it on the table, picked up a syringe, and pushed the needle deep into the flesh. Once, twice, again, the chicken's body swelled slowly, like air entering rubber. Meat expanded, skin stretched, breasts grew thick, thighs became heavy. Within minutes, the chicken looked like it had lived for 3 months. Samuel watched quietly. No smile, no excitement, only speed. Because time was his enemy. He washed the chicken, sealed it, and pushed it into the freezer. By morning, it would be sold as fresh, healthy frozen chicken. Samuel had been doing this for 5 years. 5 years of lies. 5 years of injections. 5 years of money. People praised him. God bless your business. You know they sell fake meat. Your chicken day always full. Samuel nodded and collected payment. He never argued. He never joked too much. Because he knew something they didn't. Sometimes, while injecting, his hands shook. Not because he was afraid of the law, but because he had seen things. Some chickens reacted badly. Some turned black inside. Some produced strange smells before freezing. Samuel threw those ones away. Not out of kindness, but out of fear. One evening, a young boy working for him asked, "Ogre, why this chicken big past normal?" Samuel slapped him. "Hard. Ask me that question again and you go sleep hungry." The boy never asked again. Nobody did. Business grew. Samuel bought a car, moved his mother to a better house, sent money to relatives, and convinced himself of a lie that sounded sweet. I no force anybody by but one afternoon, something changed. A woman returned a chicken. She dropped it on the counter. Her face was pale. "Ogre Samuel, when I cooked this chicken, water come out past meat." Samuel froze. The freezer hummed loudly behind him. The shop went quiet. Before he could speak, the woman added softly, "And the smell, that smell no normal." Samuel swallowed. Because for the first time, his secret had followed him out of the freezer. And Samuel knew one thing clearly. Once people start smelling the truth, they don't stop. Samuel did not sleep that night. He lay on his bed, eyes open, staring at the ceiling, hearing the woman's voice over and over again. The smell no normal. He turned to his side, then his back. Sweat soaked his singlet. By 4:17 a.m., he stood up. Something inside him said, "Go and check the freezer." The shop was silent when he arrived. Too silent. Samuel unlocked the door and stepped inside. The chest freezer was still on. Still cold. Still humming. But the smell, it hit him like a slap. Sharp, heavy, wrong. Samuel froze. Slowly, he lifted the freezer lid. Cold smoke rushed out. Rows of frozen chickens stared back at him. Big, perfect, beautiful. But one of them had changed color. Its skin was darker. Its belly swollen in a strange way. Samuel's heart pounded. No, no. He grabbed it and dropped it on the floor. The chicken hit the ground with a dull sound. Water leaked from it. Not clear water. Thick, cloudy liquid. Samuel stepped back. For the first time in 5 years, fear grabbed him properly. By 7 a.m., customers started coming. Samuel forced a smile. Good morning. He sold fast. He avoided touching the strange chicken. He avoided looking at it. But fate didn't avoid him. Around 10 a.m., 2 men entered the shop. Not regular customers. They wore simple clothes. But their eyes moved too slowly. Too carefully. One of them pointed at the freezer. I want to buy. Samuel nodded. How many? The man didn't answer immediately. He leaned closer. Sniffed the air. Then he looked straight into Samuel's eyes. This smell. Be like say something don't spoil. Samuel laughed too quickly. Freezer smell nah. Normal thing. The man said nothing. He paid. Collected 2 chickens. And left. Samuel watched them go. His chest felt tight. That afternoon, Samuel made a mistake. A big mistake. He sold the changed chicken. The buyer was a roadside food seller named Mama Riziet. She trusted Samuel more than anyone. Ogre, give me the biggest one. Samuel hesitated. Just for a second. Then he wrapped it and handed it over. Money exchanged hands. The door closed. Samuel wiped his face. By evening, trouble came knocking. Mama Riziet stormed in. Her eyes were red. Her wrapper loose. People followed her. Ogre Samuel. She slammed the frozen chicken on the table. When I cooked this thing, foam full pot. Samuel's mouth opened. No sound came out. Mama Riziet continued. My customers vomit. The shop filled with murmurs. What kind chicken be this? Foam, ke? Vomiting? Samuel's legs shook. Before he could speak, another woman shouted, I buy here yesterday. My children's stomach day turn. The noise grew. People pressed closer. Samuel backed. Away slowly, his heart hammered like drum. Then it happened. The freezer made a loud sound. CLICK, and went silent. Light blinked. Power went off. The shop went quiet. Dead quiet. Without electricity, the smell became worse. Much worse. The truth came out of the ice. Thick, hot, unforgiving. People covered their noses. Jesus! This thing no be chicken. Samuel knew. This was it. Just then, 2 men stepped forward. The same men from the morning. One of them pulled out an ID. Environmental health. The other said calmly, We've been watching you. Samuel's knees almost gave way. They opened the freezer fully. Pulled out random chickens. Cut one open. Inside was water, jelly-like flesh, and strange deposits. Not normal meat. Not natural. The crowd gasped. Mama Riziet screamed. You won't kill us. Samuel's world spun. As the officers turned to him, Samuel raised his hands slowly. His voice came out cracked. I just want to survive. But nobody was listening anymore. Outside, a crowd had gathered. Phones were recording. Voices shouting. Fake chicken. Poison. Arrest him. Samuel was dragged out. Sunlight hit his face. For the first time in years, there was no freezer to hide the truth. And as the handcuffs clicked, Samuel knew one thing. This was only the beginning. The cell smelled worse than Samuel's freezer. Sweat, rust, fear. Samuel sat on the cold floor, his back against the wall, hands shaking. The sound of shouting outside the station kept entering his head like a drum. Fake chicken seller. Poison man. He won't kill people. He closed his eyes. Too late. By morning, the news had spread. Phones buzzed. Videos circulated. Samuel Obi's face was everywhere. Popular frozen chicken seller arrested. Customers he had served for years watched the videos in shock. Some vomited. Some cried. Some became angry. Very angry. Inside the interrogation room, Samuel sat alone. A single bulb hung above him. The table was metal. Cold. A man entered. Tall. Calm. No anger. He dropped a nylon bag on the table. Inside were syringes. Bottles. Clear liquid. Milky liquid. The officer spoke slowly. Explain. Samuel swallowed. His mouth was dry. I inject him after killing, he whispered. Silence. The officer leaned forward. From where? Samuel hesitated, then spoke fast, like a man emptying poison. There's one man. He sells it. Says it makes chicken big fast. Name. I know no full name. Where? Behind the old slaughter place. The officer wrote everything down. Later that day, Samuel was taken to the hospital. Not for treatment. For tests. Doctors wore gloves. Masks. They cut open one of the seized chickens. Inside, the room went quiet. Very quiet. The meat was soaked. Waterlogged. Strange gel trapped between flesh. One doctor shook his head. This is not food. By evening, people started falling sick. Not one. Not two. Many. Stomach pain. Vomiting. Dizziness. Hospitals filled. And all of them had one thing in common. They ate Samuel's chicken. Outside the police station, chaos exploded. Women cried. Men shouted. Some carried empty nylon bags of frozen chicken as evidence. A stone hit the gate. Another followed. Bring him out. He poisoned us. Police struggled to control the crowd. Samuel heard everything from inside. Each shout pierced him. That night, alone in his cell, Samuel finally broke. He cried. Not quietly. Loud. Ugly. He remembered every chicken he injected. Every smile he faked. Every prayer customers said over his meat. His chest tightened. Tears dropped to the floor. I just wanted money, he whispered. But the walls did not answer. Far away, in a small dark shop behind the slaughter place, a man packed his things. Syringes. Bottles. Cash. Dr. Raymond had seen the news. He smiled, changed his location, and disappeared. Back in the cell, Samuel sat up suddenly. A sharp pain hit his stomach. He bent forward. Sweat poured from his face. The pain grew. Stronger. Hotter. Samuel groaned. Something was wrong. Very wrong. By midnight, Samuel was screaming. The officers rushed in. They held him as he vomited. What came out shocked them. The smell. The color. The same strange smell. From his freezer. As they dragged him out toward the hospital, one officer whispered to another, "Not the same thing." Samuel heard it, and fear swallowed him whole. Because for the first time, he wondered, what if the poison had been waiting for him too? By morning, the hospital smelled like death. Samuel lay on a stretcher, weak, pale, trembling. Machines beeped around him. Nurses whispered. Doctors shook their heads. The strange injections, the chemicals, the artificial growth. They were catching up to him. His body was failing. Every muscle ached. His stomach burned like fire. His chest felt tight, and his head was pounding. Outside, the news had gone viral. Big chicken seller arrested. Dangerous chemicals found in meat. People fall sick across Onitsha after buying chicken. Police hunt mystery supplier of toxic chicken boosters. Shops closed. Streets emptied. Samuel's empire collapsed in hours. The police brought in the freezer from his shop. The crowd pressed around, faces twisted with anger and fear. One man shouted, "This nah the chicken way day make our pickin' sick." Another screamed, "He day play with life." Samuel could barely look at them. The same people who once praised him now spat words like venom. Doctors moved fast. Tests showed Samuel had ingested some of the chemicals over time. His heart was weak, kidneys failing, liver poisoned. He had built his empire on lies. And now, those lies were eating him alive. Meanwhile, the mystery man, Dr. Raymond, was nowhere to be found. Authorities tracked some leads, but he had vanished. The mastermind behind the injections escaped, leaving Samuel to face the full wrath of the law. And of his own body. By afternoon, Samuel was paralyzed by pain. No one smiled. No one spoke kindly. Only the sound of monitors, beeping slowly, counting down the man who had once made everyone trust his meat. A nurse leaned over and whispered, "He's barely going to make it through the night." Samuel's eyes fluttered. He tried to speak. I just wanted. No words came out. Only coughs. Only vomit. Only regret. By nightfall, Samuel's body gave in. He collapsed. Doctors rushed. Fans of the shop, customers, even street vendors. All whispered in fear and disbelief. The man who everyone knew as Big Chicken, the trusted frozen chicken seller, was gone. In the days after, his shop was empty. Freezers silent. No one dared buy the meat that had once made him famous. On the street, parents warned children, "Never touch Samuel's chicken." And even years later, people remembered the smell, the swelling meat, the lies, and the man who had built a kingdom out of fake, injected frozen chickens. Fell alone, broken, poisoned by the very thing that had made him rich. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share so you don't miss our next stories.